Welcome back to the Mad Spideyverse. I'm Mad Spidey. Thanks once again for tuning into my channel. So it is New Year's Eve as when this video is releasing. If you've heard me talk about small little rumbles about my 2024 collecting goals, that there'll be a slight amendment to the original video. So if you've seen, I will put the link to that video at the end credits. But whether you've seen it or not, basically my collecting goals for this year were, obviously the main one was to try and knock off one of the 3 books on my ASM run, which I was able to do, picking up ASM 4. The other one was to pick up the Fantastic Four 48 and 49, which I also achieved. Pick up Marvel Spotlight 5. Unfortunately, did not get there. Finished some runs, my Werewolf by Night run, which I knocked quite a few off but didn't complete it. My Tomb of Dracula run, which once again knocked off a few but did not complete it. My Invaders run, which I was able to complete in its entirety. And my Defenders run. My Defenders run, I put a little dent in it, but there was a lot of books, so that was sort of last on the run lists. So in saying that, if you're watching this video now, you don't necessarily need to go back and watch the other video, but I encourage you to, because that I would greatly appreciate that. But as I said, one amendment, one book, just in the nick of time, just before the end of the year. So this is still classified. I think even if it came like on the 1st or the 2nd or whatever like that, I probably still would have done an amendment video of 2024 goals. But in hindsight, I prefer it to sort of wrap up the whole year with this particular book. Now, as I said, there's only one book in here, but it is a book that is a grail for me. So a lot of people might look at this book and go, you know, I can buy that any time for any price, blah, 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 blah. That's why I don't use the term grail loosely, but I use it as in it is a grail for me personally. Outside my Spidey run, I do have some favourite characters like Punisher and Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Silver Surfer, and a few others. Obviously some that I'm actively hunting runs, others that just tentatively, every now and again might just buy an issue here or there sort of thing when I find them, obviously. But yeah, I do have some lofty goals. Whether I get there or not, only time will tell, and only opportunity will tell, and obviously money as well. But in saying that, let's open this, show you what I got to knock this off my comic book wish list, my Grail list, and my 2024 collecting goals list. Let's get stuck into it. You know what I do. Hashtag full unboxing. None of this editing stuff. Speed it up or anything like that. Yep. Stuck to the bag. Everybody's going, you're looking like a savage right now trying to get into this, but this is a book I've probably wanted for over a decade. It's not a book that comes up very often over here. I know over the other side of the world, US, Canada, probably even UK, it is probably not a rare book. They probably say it all the time, but it's not necessarily a book that everybody can afford as well. So I always talk about, when buying books over in Australia, it's more about opportunistic buying. So you see a book that you want, if you can afford it, and it's semi-reasonable or reasonable for over here, then I try and jump on the opportunity if possible, obviously. It doesn't always work, because, books come up and you're like, oh, it's one of the books I've always wanted, but I got no money. Or they won't let you pay it off, or so on and so forth. I've been pretty lucky over here where a lot of our sellers that are, especially because this has come from one of my Australian Facebook comic book groups, I've been pretty lucky where most of the sellers I've dealt with Some will let you, obviously, and paying it off. Some of them will let you go quite a long time if you need to just chip away at it. Some of them like, nah, can we try and keep it for, a month or 2 months or something? And that's fine. Like some people need the money quicker than others. And that's, as I said, that's perfectly fine. So I've been pretty lucky in that aspect. I probably wouldn't have, and I'd say this in the last probably 2 to 3 years, I wouldn't have gotten some of the books that I got if that hadn't been the case. Because as I said, there's, an opportunity pops up, and, they always ask you, look, if you want to do a payment plan, please contact us beforehand. And contacting beforehand can come with its risks, because obviously somebody might actually see it and just go buy it now or claim, and then you miss out because you're waiting for the person to look at their comments, their DMs. But other times, they'll see it, and you can be lucky. It's a weird little sort of thing. It's almost like just a single book Gemini almost. A little bit difficult to get into, but once we get into it, we'll be right. Alright, yeah, it is. It's literally like a little, without sort of showing the book, a little single book Gemini. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen one of these. Interesting way to pack it. Got some painter's tape. So at least it's semi-reasonable to get into. As I say, there are a lot of Australian sellers. They have no idea how to pack or to make it easy. I don't mind overkill, but within reason of like actually being able to get into it. So you could bubble wrap the crap out of it and that would be fine. But if you can't actually get into it without like slicing the crapper out of it, then yeah, exactly. Anyway, you know what I do? I tend to waffle on when I'm trying to, kill time while I'm trying to open up stuff. That's what I do. Alright, so without further ado, the last book on the last day of my 2024 year in wrap-up, out of the comic book collecting goals that I set for myself this year, this bastard! Marvel Spotlight number 5, first appearance of Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, an absolute Grail book of mine. As I said, I picked this up off my good mate Michael, one of the different Michael, not the one that I do the bigger deals with, a different Michael. He was very gracious in letting me pay this off. So I made sure, I tried to do it as quickly as possible, because as I said, I wanted to try and get it on this year's lot of videos. And I got it. So I would say it's probably, it'd be a low to mid-grade copy, which perfectly fine with me. It's complete, has the Marvel value stamp. I'm not overly fussed about the Marvel value stamp, but it is complete and it does have it. Obviously there's some chipping, there's some tanning. It's probably off-white pages, cream to off-white. There's plenty of spine ticks and stuff, but it is complete. So I'd say it's probably, I'm not a grading guy obviously, but I'd say it's probably a 3, maybe a 4 at most. But probably maybe a 2 to 3 possibly. But there it is in all its glory. So happy to finally own this book. And yeah, there you go. So absolutely love it. Once again, absolutely appreciate Michael for letting me get that. So happy. If you ever see the video, thanks so much, mate. But yeah, that'll do for this particular video. As I said, it is New Year's Eve, end of the year. Thank you very much to all my subscribers, both new and old, people who watch the videos, hit the thumbs up, leave comments, all my new subscribers. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. It does mean the world to me. And I'll gladly see you next year, next year. Anyway, once again, thanks very much. Thanks for watching. check out all the playlists, all the good stuff I've got in the rest of the things, and yeah, do the usual YouTube stuff. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. Leave a comment if you want to. Most of all, please hit that subscribe button. That would be greatly appreciated. So anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.